friends, welcome back to my channel Let's Learn Literature. I am Shruti Singh and this is the part 2 of the Age of Chaucer video, and in this video we will be discussing all about Chaucer, the life of Chaucer and the major works of Chaucer. If you haven't seen the first part of the video, I will provide the link in the description box so you can check out there, and all the notes regarding the video will be given in my Instagram page, that is also Let's Learn Literature, and I will provide that link also in the description box. So let's start. Chaucer's life, we can easily divide it into three periods for our convenience. The first period of 30 years, which includes his youth and early manhood, and it is the time when he was highly influenced by French literary models. The second period of 15 years that covers the most active life of Chaucer as a diplomat and as a man of affairs, and it is the time when he was influenced by Italian literary works more than the French. And the third, that is again of 15 years, also known as the English period, and this was the time of Chaucer's richest development, and this time he was again influenced by the French literary works more than the Italian ones. Now let's study all these periods in detail. First period, Chaucer's boyhood was spent in London on Thames Street, where the word's commerce was on floor, like continually coming and going, and there only he saw the shipman of the Canterbury Tales just in home, with the fascination of unknown lands and his claws and conversation, and here he got the imagination or idea to write about him. We will be discussing about the Canterbury Tales in detail in further video. So nothing much is known about his education, except that he was a great reader. He was a son of a wine merchant and a pervert to a royal household, and from this accidental relation between trade and royalty may have risen the fact that at the age of 17 he was made the page of Princess Elizabeth, and this was the beginning of his connection with the court. At the age of 19 he went with king in one of the expenditures of the 100 Years of Wars, and here he saw chivalry and got motivated to write about this special subject matter. This is the period when he married Philippa Royat, sister of wife of John of Gaunt, the famous Duke of Lancaster. Uh, from many studies, it is clear that his marriage life was not a happy one, but this topic still is very doubtful because nothing clear is known about it. Then comes the second period of Chaucer's life. In 1370, he was sent to abroad on the first of those diplomatic missions that were going to occupy the latter part of his life for the next 15 years. 2 years later, he made his first official visit to Italy, mostly to arrange a commercial treaty with Genoa, and from this time he was highly influenced with the Italian literary works. And yeah, there is nothing much in this video in this period. Then comes the third period. In 1386, he was elected as a member of parliament from Kent, and the distinctly English period of his life and work here begins. Though he was extremely busy in public affairs as he was a member of parliament, so he was extremely busy as a receiver of customs, but his heart was always with books. And the 14th century seems that politics was for honest people and was a kind of uncertain business, like today with good money and good prospect, tomorrow in poverty and like that. Written in his work Complaint to His Empty Purse. This work or this poem got king's attention and the need of poet to increase the pension, and the king increased his pension, but unfortunately he could not uh, enjoy the increase in pension, and next year he died in 1400 and was buried with honor in Westminster Abbey. Though the last period of his life was mostly troubled, but the most fruitful of all. Now, works of Chaucer. So, as the life of Chaucer can be divided into three parts, the work of Chaucer can also be divided into three periods corresponding to the period of life. One important thing is that it is very impossible to fix the exact date of most of his work, as Canterbury Tales, some of tales were written earlier than English period, while some others come under this English period. So no exact dates can be mentioned here. So works of the first period of his life. The best known poem, though not the best, of this period was Remount of the Rose, a translation from a French work, that is Roman de la Rose, the most popular poem of the Middle Ages. It was a graceful, trisome allegory of the whole curse of love. And gathering the rose here represents the lover's attempt to win his lady's favor. Chaucer translated this universal favorite, putting in some original English touches, but what present we read in Remount de la Rose are the only first 1700 lines are believed to be written by Chaucer, and the next lines were written by his contemporaries or his students further. Perhaps the best known book during this time was Death of Blank, Death of Blank the Duchess, better known as Book of Duchess. This was a highly emotional and dramatic poem written after the death of Blank, the wife of Chaucer's patron, that is John of Gaunt. Then comes the second period of his life. The main work of the second or Italian period, we can also say, as in this period he was highly influenced by the Italian work, is Troilus and Cressida, a poem of 8,000 lines. The main source of this poem is Boccaccio's Philostrato, and it reflects the ideals of his own age and society, and so gives the whole story of a dramatic force and beauty in which it had never known before. The House of Fame is one of the most important but unfinished Chaucer's poem, having a rare composition of lofty thoughts and simple language influenced by great Italian masters. Another very important poem of this period is The Legend of God's Women. And yes, that's the end of this period. Now then comes the third period of his life, that is the most fruitful or the English period of this time. Chaucer's masterpiece, the Canterbury Tales, one of the most famous and most best work of literature till date, was written during this period, and the plan of the work is magnification to represent the wide sweep of English by the gathering a mostly company together and letting each class of society tell its own favorite stories. As in Canterbury Tales, people from different section of society or different class of societies are there, and they tell their favorite stories. So it represents the whole environment of that time of every particular class, may it be higher or higher class, or what we can say, middle class, upper middle class, lower class. Another important poem of this time was The Knights of tale, and this is all about Chaucer and his major works. Dates are not fixed of his works, and one important thing to be noted here is Chaucer is also called the father of English literature as well as the father of English poetry. Now, this is because at the time when Chaucer started writing, English was not the first language of people, like it was not the member of it was not the language of upper class people or the members of parliament. French was the language, it was just a dialect. English was just a dialect that time, but he wrote his major works in this dialect and made this made this language the language of the parliament and the language of upper classes peoples also. That's all. Do follow me in my Insta, Let's Learn Literature, for the notes. All notes will be given